Welcome to the Capital Exchange. I'm Steve Wilbur, Managing Director at Allen Capital Group.
And I'm Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group.
Travis, now that school's out for the summer, we both have teens. They're going to be looking for jobs this summer. So let's give them some tips on how they can take advantage of saving the earnings that they're going to be making this summer.
Yeah, well, let's just start with the most basic tip, Steve, and that's just get a job. Any job, earn some income. You can mow lawns. Babysitting's a popular one. My oldest daughter, Morgan, does that. Restaurants and grocery stores are great places for teens to have jobs. In the state of Nebraska, you have to be 14, and there's some restrictions around that, but the option's there. And then one I think about, we live in the Midwest. You did it. I did it. My wife, Cindy, did it. Detasseling, another great way to earn some income over the summer months. But then beyond the paycheck, when you get your job, you'll begin to build a work ethic and develop a sense of responsibility that you're going to need and appreciate later in life.
Yeah, Travis, it's important to start the habit of saving early. We recommend keeping it simple for your teens. We have two categories. It's really the savings, and then you have the spending. Sit down with them once they get their first paycheck or before they get their first paycheck and help them split it up. Help them understand how much they need to save and how much they are going to be spending to get them to the next paycheck. And we did this early. Stav and I did this early with Eli and Maya, where when they had their birthdays or Christmas, they would get some money at times, and we would have them put a majority of that into their savings account that we helped them open. And it helped them really start the understanding of what savings actually means very early in their childhood.
Yeah, that's great, Stephen. Very important. And part of that savings plan, I would also recommend to start an investing account. The earlier you start investing and the longer you give compounding the time to work its magic, the better off you're going to be. But then your teen or your child will also develop an understanding of investing that's going to help them when they get out of college and get that first job and gain access to a 401k. Those options or that conversation won't be as confusing to them because you've developed the understanding earlier. And then something else to think about is if the income they're earning is earned income as defined by the IRS, like W-2 income, for example, think about opening a Roth IRA account. Roth earnings grow tax-free, and the more tax-free earnings we can accumulate over time, the better. I've done this with both my children. The investment accounts for Morgan helped her look at purchasing a car here. It's scary enough. She's about getting ready to drive. And then Kennedy is really understanding the power of compounding here, watching her account grow as she puts money into it systematically.
She's your toughest client, isn't she?
She's my most skeptical client, yeah.
That's right. You know, and Travis, beyond savings and investing, it is important for parents to help their children understand what credit is. This is something where if it's used wisely can really be beneficial to a child or a young adult, but if they don't teach them correctly on how to use credit, it can be devastating.
Absolutely.
To their credit and purchasing a home potentially in the future. My parents, or a simple way to do this really is to open up a credit card with them, making sure that it gets paid off monthly and helping them understand if they don't pay it off monthly, what that actually means as well, which we all know that can accumulate quickly on
high interest charges.
Yeah, my parents did this with me and making sure that I had a gas credit card when I was growing up to make sure I could get back and forth from home to college, and it really helped me build my credit. So.
Yeah, that's great, Steve. And you know, it'll take a little bit of work, but applying these tips that we've talked about will help young adults or teens going into their 20s begin life with a head start or begin their adulthood with a head start rather than trying to dig themselves out of a hole.
That's right, Travis. This has been great. I look forward to it next week.
Look forward to it as well. Thank you for watching this week's Exchange.
To make sure you don't miss out on future discussions, please follow us on social media.
Make sure to like and share our videos, and we'll see you next week.